To be a person is to have a story to tell. Imagine right now you're in ancient times and you're sitting around a fireplace. And the only light is reflected off the shadows of the cliff wall. And you're about to hear a story that's been passed down through the generations. It might have been told orally, through hand gestures, song, or dance. This was one way that stories have been told through time. Then, some civilizations began to write down their stories. This was on clay tablets, and then later papyrus, parchment, and paper. In the 12th and 13th century, monks would tirelessly transcribe entire books, word for word, symbol to symbol. And then in 1440, Johannes Gutenberg invented the printing press, and this revolutionized the way stories could be shared with the world. And now, I can pick up my iPad, and I can download a digital book within minutes, assuming that I don't have an AOL connection. Now, in this new digital world, many individuals can't interact because they either can't read or they read at a very low reading level. 20% of New Mexicans, ages 16 and older, have difficulties with everyday tasks, are more likely to end up below the poverty line or in jail. Sadly, these problems begin when the children are very young. What oftentimes happens is that they may not have the proficiency determined to go on to the next level, and they may be held back. The best thing that can happen to these children is that their proficiency is raised in reading and they're advanced to the next grade. The worst thing that can happen is these children may be put into a special needs class. The problem with being put into a special needs class is that the normal classes are moving faster than the special needs classes, and so you'll never actually be able to catch up and go back to the normal class. This could decrease a child's self-worth and may psychologically inhibit how the children learn through their schooling. Now, what I want to talk to you about is iBooks author. Now, a decade ago, it was very difficult to get a book published. Perhaps you write a children's book. You had to send it through multiple outlets, send it to publishers, try to get it out there. But now in the new digital world, this has become so much easier. And the reason why I advocate for iBooks author is because anybody that's got the Mac store can go on there, download this computer software for free, and very easily create a digital textbook. In this case, you can create a children's textbook or children's book that is interactive with video, images, media, and more. And what I'm advocating that is that people write these books and share them on the iBooks store for free so that they're open source of stories for the world. Too often, individuals blame each other for why children are having trouble read. Let's stop the blaming and let's form a community where we write and share these children's books with everyone. Now, I have a quote here from Rodolfo Anaya. Diversity is good, diversity is a fact, and the way that you are going to learn more about your neighbor is by reading their literature, knowing their history, and knowing who they are. And this couldn't be more true. I want to learn more about my members of the community, and one way to do this is that if we all share our story, and then we share these stories with the children, there's creativity in all of us. Imagine what we can learn from each other. Education in the future, knowledge is power. This could not be more true. In 2003, the United Nations took an initiative to try to decrease illiteracy rates around the world. This was a decade-long initiative with the slogan that literacy is freedom. The reason why they did this is because world leaders realize that illiteracy creates problems. It creates poverty, it creates wars. Many things, bad things come from illiteracy. And so world leaders recognize that if we can educate the young, get them their literacy rates higher, it can change the future. I personally know individuals that I went to school with that have difficulty filling out a job application. Together, I need each and every one of you to help me to explore creativity, to help me to write these children's books and share them. And together, let's change how our children read in the future. Thank you. Anybody have any questions?
How many free books are available in this format right now?
I'm guessing thousands and thousands. There's just so many you couldn't look through them all.
Are any of them, I don't know, it's kind of a question, but are any of them written that not by regular people? You know what I mean?
There are. There's two ways you can do it. You can choose to publish them for a profit, and I believe Apple takes 30% and you take 70%, or you could offer them for free for a small publishing fee. And the ones that are written for the profit, I think, might be people that, might be individuals that were pursuing that, but didn't want to go the route of going through a publisher.
Is there anyone that checks what kind of information goes into the books, or what is actually published? Is it?
I've been trying to sign up, actually, for the free version for about 2 weeks, and it hasn't allowed me. So I'm not quite sure how the publishing works. I know it's a small initial fee, so I'm guessing part of the initial fee is actually paying somebody that, they're going to check the content. I'm sure Apple's going to double check to see that somebody didn't put something inappropriate in. And I'm guessing that's where the small fee that they talk about comes into.